Well, you're getting so fast at that. I think I was on the first class that they did the streaming. It took like it was like 20 minutes.
Oh no. I know. We got it the configurations now down like almost perfectly, crossing my fingers, but
right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep, you are streaming live now. I'm gonna make
okay.
All right, and you have a great class, Donna.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. You too.
All right, Lester, I just made you co-host.
Thanks. I'll be in the background now. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll be sending you the list of the attendance as well after this class. All right.
All right.
All right.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Good evening. How are you doing there? Good to see you. Carol Sue, we moved up to 59.
Uh,
We didn't go-
42.
I think it was 52 this morning, so we didn't go far. Welcome, everyone. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Give it up. Hi. Hi, Bruce. Welcome. Good to see you again.
Where are you, Donna?
I'm in San Francisco. Where are you at?
I'm in New York City.
New York City. Yeah. You guys are getting rain today, aren't you?
A little bit of rain,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yep. Are you actually in the city or are you in one of the boroughs?
Well, I live in the borough of the Bronx. I live in the
Bronx,
borough of the
yeah.
Bronx, a place called City Island. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Yeah, definitely.
You have? Yeah?
Yeah. All right. We'll give it a few more seconds. Anyone have any more weather to report? I see a lot. It looks like a lot of people have sunshine. That's what I'm seeing in the backgrounds here. That's good. All right. Well, why don't we go ahead? Someone say something?
Background fake.
Oh, background's fake. Okay. All right. Well, let's get started. I want to welcome everyone to Get Set Up, seniors teaching seniors about technology. We have social hours and all kinds of programming. Today, we're going to be talking about how to convert your CDs to digital files. Primarily, we're going to be talking about MP3 files. And may give you some ideas of what you might want to do with your collection if you'd like to convert them. My name is Donna. I'm your guide today. I was in the IT industry for over 30 years. I enjoy helping people get over their fears of technology. And this session is being recorded. If you wish to get a copy of the recording, you can email help@getsetup.io. And we are live streamed, so hello to everyone out in the live stream world. Come on, register and come and meet all of us. You won't regret it. We're a nice community here. And Get Set Up, we're not paid to promote any of the products I may talk about today. This is strictly just for some training. All right, so our agenda today, we're going to talk about converting CDs. You know, we all have piles of these around the house, right? Now talk about the type of equipment you're going to need to digitize your music CDs, and then how to get started. So has anyone done any converting of their music files so far? No.
Yes.
Bruce, what have you done?
I had forgot how I did it, but I put some CDs, I got them eventually into my computer and then into my smartphone,
Mm-hmm. Great.
but
All
I
right,
forgot how to do it.
Oh, well then.
I
Well, then
just-
hopefully, maybe what I say today, well, you'll remember what program you used or something, you know?
Okay,
I took CDs that's already been made and downloaded them on my laptop and took them off my laptop and put them on a CD.
Oh,
Put 'em
okay.
on-
Oh, you burned all the individual files onto one big CD.
Right, because don't you have to pay for music?
Well, the CDs you already have those, and you can copy them to your devices and that type of thing. Yeah, you're not to, of course, sell them or anything like that. That type of thing. All right, so let's get started on why. First of all, why do we want to convert our CDs? For some of us, it might be ease of use. You can listen to the music on your laptop or on your smartphone without searching for the CD. I know for myself, I sit there and I think about a CD that I'd like to listen to, and then I got to go dig for it in the pile, and and then you kind of give up because it's just becomes too much work. So that might be you just want to have it in one area, throw the CDs in in the garage, and that's it. You will be able to just have access to your music. Another reason too, and this is a big one for people, is the newer laptops. We don't have CD drives in the new laptops. So that's an issue too. If you want to listen to a CD, you got to go get your external CD drive, plug it in, all that stuff. And cars don't have CD players anymore. That's another problem. Or maybe you just want to get the clutter of the physical CDs out and you just want to go digital. And there's different ways to go digital too. It really depends on the type of collection you have of CDs, on what you decide to do. Anyone have any questions or thoughts about that? All right. We talk about the type of equipment. You do need a CD drive to read these CDs. And if your laptop doesn't have one, like my laptop doesn't have a CD drive, you're going to have to get one of these little external ones. Get them on the web. They're just an external. It's got a little USB port that you connect to your, physically to your laptop. And you can use it that way. Or if you can borrow someone's older laptop, if someone has an older laptop around that still has a CD in it, you could also maybe borrow that for a while until you convert everything. So you could ask around with some of your friends to see if they have some, an older laptop kicking around.
What if you have a desktop and it has a CD thing in it? Can you do that?
Oh yeah, definitely. A desktop will definitely have a CD in it. If you still have one around, yeah. Definitely they will have them. If it still works. I have an old desktop, but it's not working anymore. It died a few months ago. I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. So yeah, if you have an old desktop around, they will definitely have a CD that will be able to do this. If it's still working, of course. And then you need some type of software. You have to use something to read that CD and convert it into the MP3 files. And they call that CD ripping. That's been a term that they've used for decades now. If you have Apple Music and iTunes will prompt you when you put a CD in the drive, and some of you probably already know this, it will pop up and say, do you want to import the CD? So if anyone doing iTunes right now? No. Oh, you are, Bruce?
I have an Apple smartphone, so I think I also can use iTunes.
Yeah, you can. And you can use iTunes on Windows, although iTunes has been miserable for me on Windows. I've never had a good track record with it. But some people have been successful with Windows using iTunes. I lost a whole bunch of music at one point from my computer crashing. This was years ago, and I never was able to transfer the iTunes over onto another Windows PC. After that, I'm like, I'm done. But you can, some people are successful with it. Another thing you can use is Media Player. Now, on most Windows machines, they have Media Player. So that's another possibility to use. Another one is a utility file. And the one I'm going to show you today, it's called ExpressRip. And I'll send you a link in the email and you can check it out. You can use it for free for a non-commercial use. And it's just a quick utility to get the file onto your hard drive. If you just want to do a fast copy of everything, store it into directories, and then later on decide, what application you're going to use, that's an easy way to do it too. So just to show you what these look like, this is iTunes here. I've got a few albums on iTunes. The big problem I have with iTunes is it doesn't always do the graphic art of the album, so that's a little annoying. You have to do some special tricks with iTunes to get that going. And this is ExpressRip. This is what the utility looks like. We're going to come back to this one. And this is Windows Media Player. It comes with most Windows machines have it. The way to get to it is you just go to your search box. Like here I am in my lower left-hand corner of my screen. I click on type search and you just have to type in Windows Media Player. Type it in here and click on it and it should come up on any Windows. It's been around a long time. It's a very simple player, nothing too fancy. You can just come in, you click on the artist you want to listen to, and then you just hit the play and start right here, the play button, and start playing through the CD. So let me show you. I'm going to go to ExpressRip just so you can see what this looks like. Just grabbed the pile of CDs. I've got Patti LaBelle here, and I found KT Oslin. Does anybody remember KT Oslin? We lost her this year. I'm gonna throw in one of her CDs here, and I'll show you what happens when I stick it in here. I'm putting it into my CD drive. It's gonna read it. It's going to load the table of contents, and here we have it, KT Oslin. And this is iTunes. You see iTunes noticed I put a CD in, and it's asking me, do I want to add this to my iTunes directory? So I'm going to hold off on that. I can only do one at a time. Just to show you what a utility like this does. So it read all the files. I think she's kind of country. So now when they read the files, you can, if there's songs you hate and you don't ever want to see it again, you can uncheck them. You don't have to copy the whole CD. It's up to you. Now, sometimes you're going to find CDs where the names of the songs are not going to show up. It's going to say track 1, track 2, track 3, track 4. If that happens, all you have to do is go to the back of your CD. You're going to have to right-click on each one and rename the track. It will happen because these utilities, all of them, the Windows Media Player, this utility, they all access a catalog on the internet. And most general CDs should be in that catalog. But do you remember like the K-Tel records? Remember that? You guys remember those? Where there was
yes.
Oh, yeah, remember? They used to advertise them on TV all the time.
On TV all the time.
Now, that's an example of a CD that probably will end up with track 1, track 2, track 3, track 4. Because anything that's been compiled by some company many different artists, that is probably not going to be in that big, the grand database. But any general album or CD from any artist that's been part of the general release that they have should be in the catalog. So that's just to warn you. So don't freak out if you're ever doing this and you end up with just track numbers. And you can easily, on the right side of the screen, they show you the duration. So even if it should be in the order of the CD, that, the order that it's laid out on the CD. And you can always double check by looking at the duration and matching it to the back of the CD. All right, at the bottom, my output folder. I just made a folder and I just call it music on my C drive. I go in here, just call it music. All right, and then actually that's not the one. This is the one. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to make a folder for ATIs. I actually think it's an I. All right, so I'm going to tell it to copy it to this folder. So I'm just going to click on it, select the folder. So now it knows where the output's going to be. And then the output format, you're going to do MP3, most likely, when you do this. The other format may be FLAC. That's FLAC. The FLAC format is a near copy of the CD, as close as you can get as far as the sound quality. MP3 is a little less of a sound quality as the CD is, but for most of our ears, we can't tell the difference. But if you had special music equipment, sound equipment, you could tell the difference on stuff like that. So that's why that exists. But for most of us, we're just going to do MP3. I don't worry about the encoder settings. I just leave them. You can change them. You can change the bit rate and that type of stuff on the file. But usually just whatever the default is good. And then at this point, I just click on rip CD in the lower right-hand corner here. And it should start reading the CD. Hopefully it's going to read it. Been having trouble with this program a little bit.
Where do you get the express rip?
Pardon?
Where do you get the express rip? Is that
I'll give you a link to it on the web.
Because I have Windows 7, I'll be able to get it.
Yeah, it's been around a long time.
Media player. You show me
Yeah.
the media player, Pon?
Oh, media player should be on your Windows computer.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you show me how to do it on there?
Yes. Actually, my Express Rip is, I don't know what's still happening right now. Let me see. Let's see, though. It seems to be kind of quiet. Let me close it out. Let's go ahead. I'm going to do the Windows. Let me just try this right now. We'll have Windows bring it in.
You have to do each song?
No, it will just read the entire CD.
Oh.
Yeah. Give it a second here to read it. Hopefully, the last time I did this class, I was having a little issue with my drive. Woo. I just put in a CD into iTunes right before this class to test everything. I'm glad I did that. That worked out. Let's see. Let me try. Give it another shot here. I have this really old CD drive. Oh, there we go. I heard it. There we go. Now it's asking me what I want to do. So I'm going to have this.
Rip to the audio?
Yeah, I'll try ripping it again. Let's see if it'll do it.
Oh, but you're not doing the media player.
Oh, what happened? It's like it all of a sudden it's not a lot of work on it here. Let me do a quick change. All right, I'm going to move on to the next slide while I'm making this swap here, and we'll talk a little bit more about this. So the steps are, of course, getting the deciding what type of software you're going to use. And then you're going to, of course, put the CD in, and then hopefully you're not going to be like me trying to figure out why it's not working. And we saw the list of songs on the screen. So we did get to that point where you have the list of songs. And choosing the file type, MP3 or FLAC. But again, FLAC is something unless you have real special reasons for saving it, you probably won't need FLAC. And then you go and you hit the rip button and it should rip. It takes about 20 to 40 minutes. I find iTunes takes a little bit longer than some of the other utilities. And then, of course, the music should show up in your library. All right, let's see if it will come up now. All right, let me go find the folder here. Select it, and now we got the songs are here, and now I'm gonna rip. Okay, good. Yeah. I had to unplug it, plug it back in the drive. But here it is. Now it's going through. This utility is very fast. It's the one thing I like about this one. And as it's going through my Windows Media Player, I've told it in the settings, if I go to my options and I go to the RIP music section, I've told it what directory that I'm ripping this stuff to. So it's going to just show up in here. So even though I'm doing it in Express RIP, it's going to show up in the Windows Media Player because it knows about that directory. Now, I didn't tell iTunes that because I don't want iTunes messing with that directory. So with iTunes, I just using that as a demonstration, iTunes, because I don't really use it, but I'll go and I'll rip it individually in there. All right, so let's see, look at the artist. Let's see if it's showing up yet. There it is, KT Oslin. 3 songs so far.
But that's not going digital, is it?
Yeah. It's reading it right now. It's Express RIP is doing it. Express RIP is doing all the heavy lifting. But now I'm over in Windows Media Player and I'm watching it. See? Windows Media Player knows about that directory. It knows I'm putting stuff in that music directory, and look at it. It's already knows it's there, and it's bringing it into the library. And I could have just ripped it right directly into Windows Media Player also. I'm just trying to show you different options of what you might want to do.
So this is nothing to do with the media player, what you're doing now.
Yeah, what Media Player is doing is it's reading the directory. And it's just as the songs are getting ripped, it's just pulling them into the library. All right, so we'll let that go and do that for now. So you can kind of see what it's like to use this software. And iTunes, same thing. iTunes is right away. It knew that a CD was put in, and it asked you, do you want to import it? And if you say yes, then it's going to import it into the library you have for iTunes. All of these type of software, they call it a library, and that's where all these files get stored. And then whatever the app is, they are going to take care of the management of those. So they're going to, have things like, for instance, if you go into iTunes, I'm just going to close this. They'll have things. I can't. It wants to import. All right, we'll look at Media Player. I go under music, I can go by artist, album, genre. So I can, if I want to see the albums I have, it'll list all the albums. If I want to go by artist, it'll list by artist. And the nice thing is the artwork is getting transferred. So this is the cover of this album, and it's showing up. Where is it? Right here. And you can see it right here. It's in the list. So that's ripping, what it's like to rip something into your computer. There are other software out there, and in the email I send you at the end of this, I'm going to give a link to Mac users if you want an alternative to iTunes, because I know I've run across some Mac people, they don't like iTunes. So you'll have an article. So if you want to take a look at what's out there, and there's going to be some other articles talking about other media players that are out there. For instance, we have Music Bee, just to show you an example of a media player. This one looks a little bit like Windows Media, but a little beefier, but they use the circles like iTunes does, the circle icons. You can come, this is what it looks like. So they'll have different, if, I like Windows Media Player because it's real simple. I just select it and play it. I don't have to think about it too much. But if you're like getting real organized with your music and you want to do a lot with it, there's other programs out there. You can sync it to your devices. They do that when they mention the tagging is things like the genre, the style of music, the year it was recorded, that all those tags that go with a song, the artist, the name of the song, that type of thing. So this is just an example. Some are free, some aren't, and you'll get more information about these type of things if you want to look at it. Because what I'm showing you today are kind of real Windows Media Players, real basic. It just will show you the artist and the album, and you just click play and go. But some people like to have a little more to their program, and you can find that because this one supports podcasts. It has web radio stations, SoundCloud. It's integrated with SoundCloud if anyone does that. So it has some more features to it. So there is that type of thing out there. And one other thing to talk about, because it's fine, like I just put this album on my laptop, right? And you may have really nice speakers attached to your laptop, or you're doing Bluetooth and you can play all the music you want from your laptop. But then there's the question about, well, you want to really have it on your phone or be able to listen to it from your phone, right? I mean, that's kind of where things are today. So if you're an Apple Music person, your account with Apple lets you upload 100,000 files. That's MP3 files, which is about 8,300 albums, something like that. I did the math at one point. So you can upload it to their servers, and then you would be able to listen from the Apple app, the music app. Other people who are not using Apple Music, one solution, I'm going to give you two different solutions. The first one is YouTube. YouTube lets you upload 100,000 audio files also. And the way you would do that, I'm going to go to music.youtube.com and log on to your account and go to the little profile button in the upper right-hand corner. If our picture's in the way, you might have to just slide them over, move them a little bit. There's a little profile button. You click on your profile button, and about halfway down, it says Upload Music. You click on Upload Music, and now you're going to see, you can pull, like this is my little music directory, right? Here's KT Oslin. So I can start loading her up to YouTube if I wanted to. And then once you had the music up there, I'm going to go into the app on the phone. This is going to be the YouTube app. All right, it's the YT Music. It's got the circle with the play button right here. I'm going to click on this, open it up. This is a great app. They let you listen to their entire catalog of music for free. You'll have ads and limited skips, that type of thing. I have a whole class I do on music apps if you're interested in getting up to speed on it. Plus they have video because it's YouTube. So they have live performances and video. So it's a nice app. The interesting part though is if you go to your library, I'm going to click on library. And when you come in here, I can just click on my albums. They have YT Music. This YT Music, if you're have added any albums or anything to your library through the app, it'll show up here. But then they have uploads. So if I go to uploads, I've put a couple albums up here. So this is the music I've uploaded to YouTube. So I could listen to these albums, no ads. It just plays the music. So that's an option to be able to listen on your phone. You're using YouTube's space. Okay. So it's not playing on your phone. You can download onto your phone from here if you want to. The songs, if you're going to travel or something, you could do that. You would have that option. But this is one way to do it. Anyone have any questions about that? All right, another solution. This company is called Cloudbeats. It's for both iPhone people and Android. Now, what they do it a little different. They say here, free up your space on your iPhone or iPad or your Android. You're going to upload your files to your cloud, whatever you're using. Dropbox, Google Drive, iDrive, iCloud. There's so many now. Whatever cloud you're using, you're going to put your files there. And then Cloudbeats, you're going to download their app, and then they're going to look for you're going to tell them where your cloud is, and they'll play the songs from there. So you are using your storage, but it's the storage you have on the cloud. And the version for Android is free. iPhone is not free, but it's a one-time purchase. I think it's the last time I checked, it was $6.99. Let me see if it's still the same. Let's see what it says. Up $7.99. $7.99 there.
Go back to the Android thing there.
The Android one, I'm using the Android one, and they haven't. It's free. I don't know.
What do you have to do?
Hmm?
What do you have to do with that thing that's free?
Okay, so I'm going to show you what it looks like on my phone. So Cloudbeats, it's this little cloud with the headset on it. It has headphones on it. I'm going to open this one up. Under Files, you tell them where I'm using a Google Drive. So you'll have to add a cloud, whatever you use, tell them where your files are. And then once you do that, I have Madonna. I put Madonna up there on my Google Drive. So I can come in here and I can play Madonna. So this is another way to listen to your music through the cloud. And you can download your files for offline use. But that feature, they have a light version for iPhones, but if you want to download your files for offline use, like what if you're traveling and you're not connected to the internet, right? But for the iPhone people, sorry, you're gonna have to pay the $7.99. So that's CloudBeats. So that's another little way to go with your.
Donna?
Mhm.
Are you going to show us how to transfer your songs in the computer to, let's say, an iPhone? Are you going to show us that, or?
Oh, okay. Well, all I had to do for YouTube. Well, let's do CloudBeats since I have it open here. All I had to do for that was put my files. Let's go over here. It's on my Google Drive. So if I go in here, I've got I made a music directory, and all I did was copy the entire, like here's the whole album. So I just took my whole, you know where I'm doing my music directory where I've got each of the individual artists. I just took that entire directory and copied it. So like when I mean entire directory, for instance, I'm going to go over to my music directory. We just did KT Oslin. So I could take her entire folder and copy that onto the Google Drive. And then it would show up for CloudBeats.
How do you take it to do that?
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. Let me go to my go up to my Google file, my Google Drive. Oh, wait a minute, I'm in the wrong one. Let me pause for a second here till I find my. I had the wrong cloud.
Doesn't CloudBeats require you to be on the internet?
Yeah, well, yeah, it would, because you're going to have that. They're both going to require you to be on the internet. If you do
But I don't want to
YouTube-
do that outside.
How do you do that outside?
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
you
wanna
will.
do
Yeah, if
that.
you're outside, you're still gonna. Well, it doesn't matter what app you use. You're going to use data if you're going to be
I
listening to music.
understand,
Yeah.
But if the music's on the iPhone, you don't need to use data, right?
Well, right. Yes. If you have it on there, then you won't be using data, and you could do the
Yeah.
same thing too. You could copy your MP3 files onto your phone if you want to, and just listen from there. There's music
Can you
players.
go over how to do that later?
Yeah,
or-
could
or
you show
not?
that?
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on here. You'll have to have a music player on your phone. Let me see what I got here. Okay, right now what I'm doing is I'm looking for my, I'm going to my other, I went to the wrong Google Drive. So let me just go, okay, here we go. All right, so here we go. So I'm in my, let me resume sharing. So I went to my Google Drive, and the way to do that, you just go to the Google, let me just open up Google.
Just open up the waffle there?
Yeah, you go to the waffle and you go to your drive. Yeah, whichever one you're logged into. So here I am, I'm at my drive. Here's my music folder.
Yeah, but
I'm going to right click, and I'm just going to say upload folder. And now I'm just going to go find my music.
you.
So here's KT Oslin, and I'm just going to upload the entire folder.
Donna, I don't think we can see that.
Yeah, we can't see it.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me do it again. Sorry about that. I had paused it for a second because I was trying to find my stuff. Okay. If you're in Google, you go to the waffle in the upper right-hand corner. You're going to go to your drive, your Google Drive. This is if you're doing Google. If you might have Dropbox, you might have iDrive, whatever, wherever you find it. And then you click to open up your drive. So I went to my drive. I've got a music directory, and I'm just going to right-click on the screen, and I'm going to upload a folder. So let's say I'm going to upload someone else. I'm just going to upload, who's here? Fergie. Fergie's going up. All right, I'm just going to upload it. And it's uploading right now. I've got two of them going. So at the bottom lower right here, it's showing the progress. KT's almost uploaded, and then there's Fergie.
Where my music is, if it's in the Google Drive or not.
Oh, you don't know if it is or not?
It's in the media player. I don't know if it's in the Google Drive.
Oh, yeah, you've got a media player. Do you have like one of those the portable media players?
Oh, and the media player in the desktop.
Oh, the media player in a desktop, yeah. Wherever your library is, that's where the files will be.
In the media player.
Yeah. Like right here, this is Windows Media Player.
Yeah.
So how do you get it into the phone?
Wait, let's do this first.
All right. I'm
Can you
uploading.
possibly do another class on all those? It seems like there's interest to me.
Well, right now it's uploading to my Google Drive, so I can't show that yet because it's still uploading. So, like for instance, here's Media Player. You're going to have to go under Organize, under Options, and you're going to have to tell it where are you ripping your music. So I have it on my C drive in a directory called Music. So that's where I'm going to go for the files. I'm going to go to my music directory, and I'm going to pull those files. It doesn't matter if I'm on YouTube or if I'm doing Cloud Beats. I'm going to be either copying one file up there or entire directory. And that's what I just did on my Google Drive. I just took the entire. Yep, that was already ripped. We did KT Oslin. We just did her at the beginning of the class. We put all her files. So her files are here. If I click on this and open this up, I see all her, these are all the MP3 files. So those are loaded. So if I go to Cloud Beats, let me go to Cloud Beats on my phone.
Oh, you're jumping from one to the other.
Oh, sorry.
I want you to do a media player.
All right, so let me go to Artist. Let's see if it will, I might have to refresh or something here. Might take a little bit for it to come back in here. Let's see if it'll be there. Let me see if it's in here yet. There's KT right there. Oh, there it is. It's showing up now. See KT? It's slowly starting to bring the files. It's probably putting it into a library. See now, look at 5 songs, 6 songs. So it's starting to load up. So it's showing up in my app. So that will be ready to go at some point. You just got to keep an eye on it. I think there's 12 songs altogether. Now it's 9, 10, and then 11, 12. Now I think that's going to be done. So it takes a little while for the syncing to happen. But now at this point, I can listen to it on my phone. And because it's already attached to that, on the Google Drive. I think it stopped at 11. So that's getting it on with the Cloud Beats.
Well, the media player, you can't get it to your phone.
No.
You can't?
You could, you could physically, if you wanted to put it actually on your phone, you could copy the MP3 files over to your phone.
You have with a cable connection to the.
Yeah. You'd have to connect to your computer.
Yes, okay.
I used to do that. I haven't done it on this phone because I just listen to, the stuff on the internet. I had an old phone where I used to copy my MP3 files over, and I just had the media player play them. You can do that. You can find all types of media players. If you go to your the Google Play Store, they'll have media players there. But it's going to take up some storage though on your phone. So if you have a lot of files, that because I know people who have iTunes, that's one of the complaints is when you're loading all these files on your phone that you will, depending on how much space you have on your phone.
That's no good.
Yeah, I mean it's because I remember the last phone where I was putting MP3 files on it, it filled up. Definitely filled it up with the music. So those are some solutions. So we have the Cloud Beats, which attaches to your cloud. You're just going to have to move your files to the cloud. And we have a lot of classes on these clouds. I know they have, there's a new class on OneDrive. They do Google Drive, iDrive, iCloud. I think we have all the cloud classes. So if you're confused on how to do the clouds, I encourage you to take those classes so you can get up on those. Google Drive, you just saw me do the Google Drive. I just went into the music directory and I just have to right click and you either upload a file or an entire folder, which is nice just to you can put the whole folder up. So they make it fairly easy. I don't know anything about iDrive or those type of things. All right, so questions?
Is there a way to transfer your music that I ripped previously and moved to a previous iPhone to transfer it to the new iPhone?
Yeah, if it's in an MP3 format, you can do that. I don't see why not. You would do a backup. I would take it, put your phone, attach it to your laptop and just copy the files onto your laptop, and then you will be able to switch over to the other phone.
But then you have to copy it to the new phone. I have it on my desktop.
Oh, you already have it. Oh, then take the new phone and just copy it from the laptop. So if you already have it on the laptop, you don't need to bother with the old phone, right?
Right. Yeah. But
Yeah.
Apple won't back it up, right? They won't back up music that you ripped.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably
Music
won't back
that
up.
you bought, they'll restore on the new phone. I know that, but
Yeah.
not the music you ripped.
Yeah. Well, and some people, I know I have MP3 files from performances and friends' performances, musicians and stuff. So that stuff, like I can't find that on Spotify. So that type of stuff, some people have very specific CDs. They have very special CD collections where they can't find this music on Spotify.
Okay.
Now, for instance, let's talk about Spotify for a second. All right, I'm going to go into search, and let's do Tina Turner. All right, I'm going to pull up all her songs. This is what Spotify will show you. Look, I can, under albums, I can go see all, and they have all her albums here. So, it depends on the type of CD collection you have. You can listen to these albums for free on Spotify. You'll have they'll have ads. Every 4 or 5 songs they'll put an ad in. Spotify, though, they'll give you little breaks. They'll have you listen to a 30-second ad, and then you get 30 minutes with ad free. So that's kind of nice. They give you about 5 or 6 skips an hour. And a skip is like I don't think there's any song I hate of Tina Turner's, but if you happen to hit that song, you can skip ahead. And by that, I mean, when you hit the play button, the fast forward button, remember your old cassette players, to go forward, you'd hit that fast forward button on the right side of the play. That if you hit that, it would skip to the next song. That would count as a skip. So you can, for some people, I mean, you may want to ask yourself, do you really need to convert the CDs too?
Right.
That's up to, I mean, if you're okay with listening to some ads, I mean, I can just go right here and, Simply the Best. That's a great album right there. You could just go and hit the play button and play. So, there's just things to think about.
Spotify on your phone, you're going to take up space, right?
If you what?
If you put the Spotify on your phone, you're going to take up space on your phone.
Just for the app. Let me see how much. I'll tell you. It takes up. Let me see. I don't know if I can find how much. It's probably. Let me look it up here. I'll tell you how much space it's going to take on your phone.
Oh, so I can listen to Spotify on my phone like I can listen to it on the desktop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you're listening to Spotify on your desktop, yes, you can download the app. And then you can just listen to it. And whatever playlist or anything you did on your desktop is going to show up on your on the app.
Oh.
So, like, for instance, this is Spotify on my phone. So I can come in here and I can just listen to it from here. If you don't want ads and if you want unlimited skips and if you want to be able to offline music, like let's say if you're traveling, that's $10 a month. But that's, but they let you listen to everything for free. You just have ads. So this is something to think about too. If your albums are, standard, I mean, that is another thing to think about. It's hard. We're used to buying music, we're used to owning it, Yeah, it's a different mindset now with the music. You're just streaming it, you just rent it or, but if you're okay with the ads, then you can just listen to things on Spotify too. So that's another option. That is definitely another option. It really, go ahead.
I'm sorry. When you're finished with this topic, okay. Is it, would you recommend converting into making this conversion of like concert CDs, or would that take too much? I have a lot of my the concert that my when they were children, my uncles did, and they take up a lot of space, and also they are not as easily transportable. So I was wondering if I could also convert that.
Yeah, you can convert them. Definitely, yeah.
Okay. Is there some way to gauge how much it'll take space, or say for?
They're very. Yeah, let me show you the. Like we did Kate T. Oslin here. She's got. I think she has pretty standard length songs. But if we just pick one of these, and I'm going to look at the properties. I'm just going to right click. Look how big it is. It's about 6.69 megs, almost 7 megabytes, which is, these days that's nothing.
And how long was that concert? Because those concerts usually run 2 to 3 hours.
Oh yeah, that'll be a bigger file. Yeah, we're talking about a 5-minute. These are 5-minute songs. Songs off the CD.
That's why.
Yeah, you're gonna end up with a larger file.
Okay.
But you can try it and I mean, I have performance. My performance stuff was on cassette, so I had to do conversions from cassette, which was really brutal. But I did convert to MP3, so I could have performance stuff. So.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. Anyone else have any question?
I have a question that isn't music related.
Okay.
Can we do the same kind of conversion of photos?
Oh yeah, you can just. Well, there are some apps. I'm not too sure. boy, Scott's the one to ask, the guy who does all the photography stuff. He might have a class about this. I don't know, but I know I have scanned photos like from a printer, but there's some apps that you might have to do a search in the App Store, but there are apps where you can take pictures of the photos, and it will, of course, bring it right into your phone at that point. You'll have to line it up and everything, so it's square. You don't want it to be crooked.
Okay.
But that's one way to just to bring it digital that way, because then your phone's going to convert it.
Sure. That makes sense.
But I think they have special apps where it helps you line it up and everything, so you don't end up with it kind of crooked or something. Does anybody use one of those by any chance?
I did. Yeah, this is Eva. I just started to use the Adobe Photo Scan. It's free.
Oh, there you
I
go.
was using it to scan in some old pictures, but I was actually reading one review, although most people like it, that you're better off just taking a regular picture with your phone.
Really?
But I don't know. I did both for somebody on some pictures. So
yeah, I mean, I've done that too. You have to have good light. Just find a nice place where the lighting is not too washed out. Have it not too dark, not too light, and so that you can really see the photo. And I've been able to get pretty nice shots from that. But yeah, or you can do it from the scan from the printer too, to bring it in. Yeah, that sounds like a class for Scott. I don't know if he has one of those.
yes, he has.
He does. Okay. So he does have a class on that. Okay. So yeah, that might be a class you want to take to get some ideas, because he probably will talk about those type of apps. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Anything else? I'm going to look in chat real quick. Is it smart, Janet, sorry. Yeah, rather than saving your music library to your computer, can you save it to the cloud drive instead? Yes, of course you could. You could also they have these small little drives, these little small drives that you can get, or thumb drives. Where's my camera? There it is. Just these little tiny drives that are USB, or little thumb drives. You could copy stuff over to make a quick backup and save it. You can do that. Save music on one cloud storage system and files in another cloud storage. Well, yeah, I mean, if you have multiple cloud storage, you could make multiple copies. This way, if something goes kapooey somewhere, you're not going to lose all the music you have. Especially if your music collection is something that isn't showing up on Spotify or something like that. If you have a real specialized, set of things, yeah, I would make multiple copies for sure. All righty. All right then.
If you've, sorry.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah, if you've ripped songs, and I have a whole bunch of songs, and I want to transfer it to the new iPhone, what program do I use, or do I use a program? How do I what would be the mechanics?
Yeah, I don't know specifically what the iPhone does. I know on an Android what I would do. Because I would just take, like, for instance, my phone is attached right now to my laptop. And really all I have to do, I'm just going to swipe down from the top here. And it says I'm attached to the USB at the bottom of this white screen here. And I would click on that, click on the options, and then I would click on file transfer, because that makes it like a hard drive at this point. And then what I can do, it's going to pull up my file manager in a second here. Where is it?
Think that'll work on the iPhone?
I don't know. Someone might be able to vouch for that. I don't know. Let me go back to my PC here. Let's see. There it is. See, I have a Moto G6 right here.
Because I don't want to be on the internet when playing music. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just, my phone now is acting like a hard
I
drive.
don't want to use my
And then at this point, I can just go
Mhm.
to wherever the MP3 files are on my laptop, and I can copy them into a folder on my, I could make an MP3 folder or whatever. The key is whatever app you're going to use on your phone, that's going to probably dictate what type of directory you're going to create, on your phone.
Well, it's just where the music is. So I don't know
In your music
on the
directory. Yeah.
iPhone, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know on the iPhone. Is it Eva? Do you have a question? I see you
No,
have your hand.
that was
Oh,
me.
that was you.
Thank
Oh, sorry. I didn't see the little green thing around there. All right.
That's okay.
No problem.
Yeah.
Any other questions anyone has? I want to thank everyone for attending today. I do have a class on music apps where we talk about all the music apps and how, what type of features they have and the pricing and that type of thing. If you're interested in learning more about that. Also, we have a class on creating playlists, and we talk about, we're just in Spotify, about how you can create playlists inside of Spotify. You'll get an email at the end of this. There'll be links. Again, I mentioned I have links for Mac people who want to get away from iTunes. There's other solutions out there for iTunes. And Windows people, different types of media players that you can download on your laptop if you want to organize your files better. There are a lot of different solutions out there. MP3s have been around a long time, 20 something years. So there's a lot of stuff out there on the internet for this. So you'll get the feedback. Go ahead and put out your feedback. And if you have any new class ideas that you'd like to see, put them in there also. And I'm looking for people who are interested in art and music. If you're interested in getting involved in some of the programs here at Get Set Up, put in that you'd like Donna to contact you, and I will do that for sure. All right. And if you like to garden or anything like that, if you want an interest group, you can go ahead and volunteer to do an interest group. It's a nice way to meet other people in the community. And Marv has a class on navigating our website. If you have questions about how to register for classes and search for classes, you can take his class and learn all about that. So I want to thank everyone for attending today. I hope this helped people out a little bit, and at least giving you a direction of where to go next. I see some people shaking their heads. Some are like, I don't know. All right, everyone. I hope this has been helpful for you, and have a great weekend, everyone. And we'll see you next time. All right.
Thank you.
Take care. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.